So today we will start a new chapter after 20 years. So the title has been given here after 20 years because after 20 years, two friends meet with each other and they share their experiences. So this story was written by O. Henry, is the pen name of the American writer William Sidney Porter, who wrote over 400 short stories known for their wit, characterization, and surprise ending. Read this story to find out how two friends kept a promise they made 20 years earlier and what they discovered about each other. So, how this friend discovered their life, how they met, and what happened before 20 years and after 20 years. We will discuss this in this chapter. So the first, see here, the policeman on the beat moved up the avenue impressively. So there is the character called policeman who moved from here and there. The impressiveness was a matter of habit since there were very few people on the street to watch him. So it was very much impressed that how why the policeman was moving from here and there as there was less people on the street. Though the time was barely 10 o'clock at night, the chilly gust of wind with a hint of rain in them had forced people indoor. So the day was not very much fruitful to go out from the house, and the time was 10 o'clock at night, and there are chilly gust of winds was blowing, and there is rainfall little bit, and people feel to live indoor. Trying doors as he went and twirling his glove smartly, he cast his watchful eyes down the road. So he was moving for someone. Well built of frame, with a swagger in his steps, he indeed looked like a guardian of pace. So he was moving here and there to find someone and to get peace. The neighborhood was one that kept early hours, and except for an all night food counter, most of the business places had long since closed. As the weather was not very fruitful, as the weather was not good, so the business places, the restaurant and shops were closed. About midway of a certain block, the policeman suddenly slowed his walk. So after the policeman moving here and there, then at some point the policeman stopped. In the doorway of a darkened hardware store, a man leaned with an unlighted cigar in his mouth. Then he came in front of a man who was lighting a cigar. As the policeman walked up to him, the man spoke up quickly. So the man was waiting for his friend. And when the policeman realized that it was his friend who has done a criminal work, then the policeman go from there, and the friend sent another policeman to arrest him. So we will move forward with the thing. It's all right, officer, he said reassuringly. I am just waiting for a friend. It is an appointment made 20 years ago. Sounds a little funny to you, doesn't it? So it is very funny that before 20 years, two friends made an appointment and they will perform their appointment after 20 years. Well, I will explain if you would like to make certain it's all straight. So it's very clear that we will meet. About that long ago, there used to be a restaurant where this store stands, Big Joey Brady's Restaurant. So you should learn the name of the restaurant where they decided to meet before 20 years. Until 5 years ago, said the policeman, it was torn down then. The man in the doorway struck a match and lit his cigar. The light showed a pale, square jawed face with sharp eyes and a little white car near his right eyebrow. The pin on his scarf was a large diamond set, a little oddly. So here, given the character, not only the character, the face, how the face looked, the man who has done that criminal work. So when the other friend light the cigar, then he can see a pale, square jawed face that is having a sharp eyes and little white car near his right eyebrow. 20 years ago tonight, said the man, I dined here at Big Joey Brady's with Jimmy Wells. So it was Joe who has done the criminal work. And he wanted to meet Jimmy Wells, my best chum, my best friend, and the finest chap in the world. He and I were raised here in New York, just like two brothers together. So they used to live at New York. I was 18 and Jimmy was 20, only 2 years more. The next morning, I was to start for the West to make my fortune. So the person, the friend, who has done the criminal work was not Jimmy, but another person who was not introduced till now, Bob. You couldn't have dragged Jimmy out of New York. He thought it was the only place on the earth. Well, we agreed that night that we would meet here again exactly 20 years from the date and time, no matter what our condition might be or from what distance we might have to come. So they decided to meet and they can do it for anything. We figured that in 20 years, each of us ought to have our destiny worked out and our fortunes made, whatever they were going to be. So 20 years is more a year for a person, and 20 years, both the friends have already decided their fortune, have already destined their life. It sounds pretty interesting, said the policeman. Rather a long time between the two meeting, though it seems to me. Haven't you heard from your friend since you left? Since you left, haven't you heard anything from your friend? Well, yes, for a time we corresponded, said the other. But after a year or two, we lost track of each other. So they forget their contact. They forget the number. You see, the West is quite a big place, and I kept moving around quite a bit. But I know Jimmy will meet here if he is alive, for he always was the truest, staunchest old chap in the world. So Jimmy was uh, very much obedient, and also Jimmy was very much a true person, an honest person, according to Bob. He will never forget. I came 1,000 miles to stand in this door tonight, and it's worth it if my old partner turns up. So if Jimmy comes to meet me, I will be very much happy. Tell Bob to that policeman. And policeman was no one but that Jimmy only. The waiting man pulled out a handsome watch. It lit set with diamond. 3 minutes to 10, he announced. It was exactly 10 o'clock when we parted here at the restaurant door. Did pretty well out west, didn't you? Asked the policeman. So policeman asking, if you are very much well at west. You bet. I hope Jimmy has done half as well. He was a kind of plodder, though good fellow as he was. So Jimmy was very much a good person, good human. I have had to compete with some of the sharpest wits who were after my wealth. A man gets into a routine in New York, it takes the West to make him sharp and agile. So Bob is telling to the policeman that a man who live in the West had to take disciplined life, had to walk properly. The policeman twirled his club and took a step or two. It's be on my way. Hope your friend comes around. So that interaction takes place in between Jimmy and Bob. Then the policeman, because Jimmy was not able to hanker the Bob, because he knows that Bob has done the criminal work. Hope your friend comes around all right. Going to call time on him sharp. I should say not, said the other. I will give him half an hour at least. If Jimmy is alive on earth, he will be here by that time. So long, officer. Good night, sir, said the policeman, passing on along his beat, trying doors as she went. There was now a fine cold drizzle falling, and the wind had risen considerably. So the weather was not very much good outside. The few people who were walking about now hurried dismally and silently along with the coat collar turned high and their hands in the pocket. And in the door of the hardware store, the man who had come 1,000 miles to keep an uncertain appointment with a friend of his youth smoked his cigar and waited. So Bob is still waiting. Bob is still unknown that was Jimmy who has left him. About 20 minutes he waited, and then a tall man in a long overcoat with collar turned up to his ear, hurried across from the opposite side of the street. He went directly to waiting man. Is that you, Bob? He asked doubtfully. Is that you, Jimmy Well? Cried the man in the door. Bless my heart, exclaimed the new arrival, grasping the other man's hand with his own. It's Bob, sure as fate. I was uncertain I would find you here if you were still in existence. So Jimmy and Bob meet with each other. Well, 20 years is a long time. The old restaurant gone, Bob. I wish it had lasted so we could have had another dinner there. How here has the West treated you, old man? So Jimmy asked, how West treat you, Bob? Boy, it has given me everything I asked for. You have changed a lot, Jimmy. I always, because that was not Jimmy at all. That was another policeman. Jimmy has already left Bob. I always thought you were 2 or 3 inches shorter. Oh, I grew a bit after I was 20. Doing well in New York, Jimmy. Moderately. I have a position in one of the city department. Come on, Bob. We will go around to place I know of and have a good long talk about old times. Call time on him, stop waiting, and go away to 10 o'clock sharp. The two men started up the street arm in arm, the man from the west almost arrogant with his success. When very much Bob was very much arrogant person, proud, was beginning to outline the history of his career. The other submerged in his overcoat listened with interest. And that was the policeman only. That was not Jimmy. There was a drugstore with brilliant electric light at the corner. When they came into the glare of the bulb, each of them turned simultaneously to gaze up on the other's face. The man from the west stopped suddenly and released his arm. You are not Jimmy. Wells, he snapped. 20 years is a long time, but not long enough to change a man's nose from a Roman to a punk. So 20 years can make everything change, and it is not a long time. It is very much a short time for Jimmy. I called time on him, stop waiting and go away at 10 o'clock sharp. It sometimes changes a good man into a bad one, say the tall man. So that is policeman. And sometimes change the good man into a bad man. You have been under arrest for 10 minutes. Silky Bob, the Chicago police thought you may drop over our way and word us. Going quietly, are you? That's sensible. Now, before we go to the session, here's a note I was asked to hand you. That note was written by Jimmy. Jimmy hand over that notes to Bob. You may read it here at the window. It's from Patrolman Wells. The man from the west unfolded the little piece of paper, handed to him. His hand was steady when he began to read, but it trembled a little by time he had finished. The note was rather short. Very important note. Bob, I was at the appointed place on time. When you struck the match to light your cigar, I saw it was the face of the man wanted in Chicago. Chicago needed you. In Chicago, you have done a criminal crime, and Chicago need you. Somehow I couldn't do it myself. So I went around and got a plain clothes man to do the job. I was unable to do the same job because I am a policeman, and as a policeman, I cannot arrest my friend. So I have given this responsibility to a plain clothes man to do the job for me. And see here, there is a Roman nose means nose with a high bridge, and pug means short and stubby nose with a turned up at an end. Comprehensive and vocabulary you can do. You complete this exercise and show it to me. Thank you, class.